It's 11:41. Welcome back. Before we get to Craig, let's start with a live look at our Eagle Eye here in Moline. Beautiful outside today. Temperatures are rising. It's just going to stay like that, right, Andrew?
That's right, 50s today.
All right. Well,
Ooh.
it's I already got the feedback from the live stream. I just heard myself on my phone. Well, it's Wednesday, and that means Planet and Garden expert Craig Hignight is joining us live to answer all of your burning questions. Good morning, Craig. We're taking all of your questions through our live stream right now on the WQAD Facebook page. All right. We're going to start with Rick. Okay, buckle up. This is a long one. My hardneck garlic was so late getting into the ground last fall that it did not get a chance to sprout before winter set in. Should I write off the fall crop for a spring planting of softnecks, or might I get something from the hardneck come warmer weather?
You know, there's a good chance that those cloves are still waiting to come up. You have to really wait until the ground thaws out and the sprouts start. So, you know, you're not going to be able to put new garlic in the ground anytime soon. So give the fall crop a chance. It'll probably pull through.
Your listening comprehension skills are just so incredible.
Incredible.
Because that was a long paragraph.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Ooh,
that's awesome.
My goodness. Here's a good one from Jennifer. She wants to plant multiple bean varieties. How far apart should they be planted to prevent cross-pollination?
Beans don't cross-pollinate. Beans are self-pollinating, basically. Being in the legume family, most of that family is self-pollinating. And unless you're saving the seed from this year to next year, you wouldn't have to worry about cross-pollination anyway. It makes no difference in the first year's seed production.
Okay, we've got a question from Lisa. Lisa wants to know, how often should I be fertilizing my houseplants?
This time of the year, I fertilize maybe about once every 3 to 4 weeks, although we are coming up on spring. You know, the days are getting a little brighter, a little longer. So I usually suggest bringing the fertilizer up out around between Easter and Mother's Day. But for right now, unless you've got a plant that's just putting on an amazing amount of growth that tells you it would like some fertilizer, I'd stick at that 3 to 4 week period right now.
This is from Gail. Which comes first, crabgrass preventative or grass seed? I want to throw some grass seed out right now.
Okay, you can put the grass seed down, but the crabgrass preventer is what you have to get in the step 1 type fertilizer for seeding. It stops all weeds except grass from germinating. So you can do both, but you just have to be smart about the choice of your crabgrass preventer.
Okay, Kevin wants to know, when should I prune my pear tree?
Any time now, really. I usually tell people to wait until after the first year and then wait until we get a day that you're not going to freeze your tail off out there doing the pruning. So I'd say you could go ahead and start your pruning on your fruit trees now, just remembering that if you've got multiple kinds of trees, you always push the peaches to the end of the line. That's the last tree that we prune in the spring.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Craig. We'll be right back. Keep sending us more of your questions. All right, welcome back. It's Wednesday. We're talking to our plant and garden expert, Craig Hignight, and we're taking all of your questions right now on our live stream. So we have a question here from Vicky. She has a bucket of ashes from burning wood this winter. Should she put them in her raised vegetable beds? And if so, does she need to add anything else?
Well, if you're going to use any ashes in your raised beds, use very little. Ashes are extremely reactive. They're even stronger than, say, calcium. But I don't like to even put calcium on the garden unless I'm working with a soil test of some kind. So what you might do if you're doing any composting, that's where the ashes should go, or spread them out as broadly as you possibly can. They should go over a very wide area. You don't want to take a chance on messing up the pH in your garden.
Linda says, I have a blue point juniper spiral tree that is dying from the top and going down the tree. What should I do?
Wow. Well, the first thing I would do is this coming year is check for spider mite. That's usually what is going to take out a plant like that. But, you know, if it is slowly continuing, this is actually probably a root problem, and you should go ahead and maybe give it a shot of root stimulator when the ground finally thaws out this spring. Make sure that you're not overwatering it, although we are not running way ahead on moisture right now. But definitely keep an eye out for insect problems on this tree.
Chad wants to know, can I start elephant ears bulbs inside, and what is the process in doing so?
Oh, yeah. Get a little jump on spring. There are a lot of those summer bulbs that we can start in the house. I usually don't like to start them until we get out to, say, early to mid-April. They just need a few weeks to go ahead and get their first roots out. And the process is they have to be warm. They have to have as much sun as you can possibly give them when they finally pop up above the soil line. Of course, pots with drainage holes, a well-draining potting soil. Run them not super wet to start with. Got to remember, those plants have to wake up and start to grow. But if you wake them up in the house, they're going to grow that much faster when you finally put them out in the yard.
From Tom and Becky, when could I trim or replant my fire evergreen bush?
Well, it can be trimmed now. As far as replacing, you're going to have to wait for the ground to thaw out and dry out a little bit to go ahead, and so you don't absolutely destroy the structure of the soil in the area where you're planting. But yes, on evergreens, you know, I told you to put those pruners away last October and November. Hey, get them out now.
All right, this might be our last question. It's from Chad and wants to know, my primrose looks very sad because of the sudden cold snap. Will it come back?
More than likely. You know, the cold snap, plants are used to this. It takes, you know, plants, you know, if we don't get extremely cold weather, the plants are going to look a little bedraggled for a while. But once the weather warms up, they'll perk back up. Oh, has anybody noticed spring is coming? Look at the maple trees. The buds are starting to swell. It's the first tree that actually flowers in the spring.
I didn't know that. Wow, that's so interesting. You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much, Craig. As
Thanks, Craig.
always, it's a pleasure. And be sure to join our Facebook Live with Craig each and every Wednesday, and there you can submit your questions and be part of the conversation. Here's a look at our Bridgepoint camera in downtown Moline. Good Morning Quad Cities at 11. We'll be right back. But first, let's send it over to our friends at ABC with a look at what's coming up on GMA3. Hey, guys.
Coming up on GMA3, the narrow budget victory for House Republicans, Democrats now sounding the alarm for millions relying on Medicaid.